Hey everybody, Matthew Morris, Wood Studios. Today is Tuesday, February 16th, which means it's time for another weekly shop update. So what's been going on in the shop this week? Well, not a lot, and then a whole bunch at the same time. I'm not sure what day this video is actually going to come out because tomorrow I have back-to-back meetings, and then Thursday I jump on a plane. So I'm going to try to edit this sometime between now and the end of the week and get it online. So let's talk about what actually has been going on here in the shop, which is the breadboard ends are attached. Now, I'll be frank with you, I don't remember what happened in the last weekly shop update. It's been just that crazy here. So just in case, here's what happened with the breadboard ends. So I ended up finding some really nice and straight material and milled it up so it was thicker than my tabletop, as well as 3 inches wide and 1/4 of an inch deeper than the total width of my tabletop. Now, the week before, I also cut the tabletop to width. I made sure to mark out equal distances from both sides of the tabletop to cut this guy to my desired width, which was depth, which was 26 inches, which means that the breadboard ends are 1/4 of an inch deeper on either side than the 26 inches, which means they're 26.5 inches long. Breadboard ends on green and green tables they're deeper and they step in, and the ebony spline, which will go into these, helps transition from one level to the next. Now, the other big thing here is how I got to cut this tabletop to length. So my table saw doesn't have the capacity to cut something this deep if I'm cross-cutting it. I need to cut one side square, and then my fence isn't deep enough to cut the other side after I cut one side square. So instead, I made this guy here, which I ended up deciding to film an intro and an outro and put a video together, which you can watch right here, which shows you how I built this seamlessly basic jig, which does a whole bunch of really awesome stuff. It helped me square up the tabletop and cut this to length, including the thickness or depth, or whatever you want to call it, for my tenons. And then I was able to reposition the jig here to help me cut the tenons using my router. So this jig is multi-purpose. It's basically a straight edge that is square on this one exposed side here, which means that when you have this guy on top of your tabletop and the tabletop is slipped inside of it, whatever you do on the one side and you do on the other will be perfectly aligned with each other, and that is really important. So that's what helped me create these tenons. And then with a little bit of chisel work and a handsaw, I removed the excess on the outer edge of the tenons and was able to then hand fit my breadboard ends after I had removed most of the waste with the router, and here they are. And the tabletop, I think, looks amazing. It is 5 feet long. I'm actually off by 1/16 of an inch, but let's pretend it's 5 feet long exactly, and I think it looks great. I'm just really, really happy with it. So that's pretty much what's been going on this week. When I get back in town, I'm going to start working on the ebony splines. I've actually got the jig ready for that, so I'm going to use footage from the small table build to show how to build that jig. And then from there, I'm just going to mill up that ebony, get that in, do the ebony splines on the sides, and then some inlay work. So I got a little bit of work ahead of me, and I'll show you guys that in the next shop update. So that's pretty much it here. As always, please subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and hit that thumbs up button if you like this video. If you're watching this on Facebook, hit the like button, share in your timeline, and head over to the Wood Studio page and like us as well. And as always, have a great week in the shop.